Okay, start again, Marge, please.
Mani elaborated on this theme. Baba doesn't need perfection. He has that. He is that. What he needs from his disciples, lovers, is all of you. When you give yourself to him, he uses everything. When we came to him, we were empty. We did not have the desire of what we would gain from him or what we would be able to do for him. No, it was just that we wanted to be with him. Mehera added, make God your companion so that when you drop your body, he should be near you and take you in his arms. It is so beautiful to be in Baba's arms. We strive for that, each one of us. We all love Baba. Each heart is loving Baba, making Baba happy. So Baba is amongst us, feeling happy. Sometimes I tell Mani, I wish I were many years older than Baba. I would have dropped the body before him. Mani says, no, this is how Baba wants it to be. For what would I want to be young now? I want to go to Baba. I don't care how old or young I am. To love Baba and to love him more and be with him forever. That is what is important. At least we are not afraid to die because we know Baba is there and we will be with him. Mehera once spoke about herself reincarnating. There are some who say that I won't come back in another body. For myself, why should I want to? But to come again when Baba comes. Yes, it is nice to serve him, to sweep his floor, wash his clothes, cook for him. Anyone would want to do that. There are now so many Baba lovers who would want to do that. Baba will have to be on his toes to give each one work to do when he is physically present again. Meru quipped, Baba is quite capable of keeping everyone busy. Mehera continued, I know that next time, if I have to come back, I will be born as a woman. But Mani and everyone tell me that Baba won't let me be born again. I say, no, I want to come again with Baba. When Baba takes physical form, I would like to come and serve him, obey him, and make him happy. See his beautiful eyes shining with pleasure and happiness. It is so beautiful. To see his pictures is one thing, but to see him alive is very beautiful. Mehera began weeping. In the daytime, it's all right. I see all of the Baba lovers, talk to them of Baba, listen to songs. But at night, when I think deeply of Baba, how much he suffered, I miss him.
Sometimes.
Thank you. Sometimes I shed tears. Baba's love is divine love. And of course, he loved me very, very dearly, more than anyone else. He took great care, paid more attention to me in everything. In 1970 and 71, there were many things, signs and hints I felt of how Baba would like us to live, to carry on, to be cheerful. But the cheerfulness gets lost when I am alone, thinking of Baba late at night. All these memories come back to me at night when I think of Baba. I live in the memory of Baba. What we have to go through, we must pass through this time also. Baba doesn't take it, sanskaras, away, but he is there to give you a helping hand to go through it. He makes the burden light. Baba himself set an example for us. His nature was so beautiful, always cheerful. It is very difficult to smile when you don't feel like smiling.
Thank you, Marge. Eugene, would you take over?
Yes, many times over the years, Baba declared that the whole world would come to him, and Mehera believed his manifestation was imminent. After Baba dropped his body, said Alu, Mehera firmly believed that Baba would come out, that he would manifest, resurrect, whatever, and thousands would flock to him and fall at his feet. She was adamant for some time that Baba would. Mani was afraid that Mehera was correct. We were totally unaware that this last darshan was going to happen at Guru Prasad. All we do realize now is that when we sat at Guru Prasad in 1969, it was just the starting point from which all this, more visitors, is coming out. It's going to go on and on and on. Sometimes Mehera, after Arti and prayers, talks to Baba and says, "May your love spread throughout the world. May your name and love bring every heart." I tell her, "Take it easy, Mehera, take it easy. Let it happen after we're gone." As the years passed, Mehera realized that the things Baba had mentioned happening in the future would take time. Baba is the seventh avatar, she pointed out. 7 is the spiritual number. Baba said his manifestation will be the greatest, but we have to wait. It will be in Baba's own time. I won't be living. Anyway, wherever I am, I will be able to see. One does not need a body to see Baba's glory. The soul has happiness and ecstasy. In some way, Baba will make it possible for me to hear that word when he breaks his silence. How and when, we don't know. But this is what I am hoping and wishing for. Let us see now what Baba has up his sleeve. Mani recounted that Baba once spoke about the future to the women mandali. Baba long ago once said, very casually during a sudden interval, "The whole world will come to follow me. This is the climax of all my avataric advents. And in this advent, the whole world will follow me." We took it in. Yes, Baba, we answered, but we don't realize it. It's like seeing a picture. When it comes to life, it becomes real. After we moved to Upper Meherabad from Nasik, in the afternoons, we would sit around Baba's gadi in the back of the kitchen in the shade. Baba would tell us things, just a few of us women. There was no wall then, just a barbed wire. You could see way off into eternity, it seemed. There was absolute quiet, not a sound. No one could come inside. The older ones were posted at the gate to ensure this. No one in the universe except Baba and 5 or 6 of us. The only sounds were of a bumblebee and the cooing of a dove that would come from some distance. At that time, Baba remarked, "Make the most of your time with me now. Make the most of your being alone with me as you are now. It won't be like this in the future. Later, there will be so many around me." He made a gesture that embraced the entire hill. "It will be full. Easterners and Westerners." At that time, even though I was an imaginative child, I could not picture the absolute opposite of what we were experiencing then, the total contrast. I could not imagine or picture, but I have seen it come to pass from when I was 15 till now, when I am 64.
This is Mani speaking.
That was Mehera speaking, I believe.
Oh, Mehera. Mhm.
Yeah, and here's a side note saying, Mani, colon, Mani is saying this. There are many followers of Baba who observe that, oh, I guess this note refers to something further on. We should read further on. Go ahead, Rosalie. Or
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Rosalie. I don't know, maybe she's not here.
Where are we?
That is why after Baba dropped his body.
Okay, that is why after Baba dropped his body, this tidal wave is slowly rising and growing. And I recall Baba's words. According to Mani, Baba stated that if he is coming again after 700 years, for the first 100 years after the avatar drops his body, the force of his presence is full. If he is coming back after 1400 years, then the force is full for 200 years. Mani continued, observing that everything Baba said would come true. One day, when Baba promised someone something, I smiled. Baba sometimes said he would do things and then did not do them. Like when he said he was going to break his silence and hasn't broken it, according to us. Baba saw me smile. He wasn't looking at me when I was smiling, but he turned around and saw me smile. He said, I am the only one who never breaks a promise. I am the only one who fulfills all promises. It was a very serious feeling that came over me when Baba said that. You want me to read the sidebar?
Yeah, let me scroll up.
This is Mani. There are many followers of Baba who observe the tenets of their own religion. Baba never tells them to give up their religion, but awakens them to realize in time the deep core that lies beneath the layers of religious dogma. For if Baba has any religion to give, it is first and last love. That is the universal religion. Just as no matter what manner of, I need to scroll. No matter what manner of clothes a man or woman wears, whether a fez cap or a felt hat, a dress or a sari, it is the human being underneath the clothes that matters. In the same way, no matter what religion man follows, it is the one true spirit underlying them, all that counts, but which, alas, is often hidden and made unrecognizable beneath the man-made trimmings of religious observance. In a letter to Carrie Ben Shammai in December of 65.
I see where you, to another.
Let's see. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. If we pray.
Because we have that footnote asterisk
Yeah.
in the previous paragraph.
Okay. To another, whose mother was likewise not a Baba lover, Mehera said, Baba will do his work himself. What we can't do, Baba will do. He will touch your mother's heart when the time comes. Be happy in Baba's love. Be happy and know that Baba is happy, because Baba has said to be happy and not to worry. That is keeping Baba's order. Naturally, Baba will help if you obey his order. Oliver once gave the simile of a typewriter to illustrate how different people love different avatars. But there is only one God. As the different keys of the typewriter all strike to one central point, so all love is for God, no matter which avatar one worships. Adi Sr. said, yes, I can go to the ocean, God, but I can't drink the water. It has to be channeled, purified, brought into my house before I can drink it. In the same way, you say God is everywhere, but what's the good to me? The question is, how can I get him? I can't drink the whole ocean. It is only the avatar that has channelized God for me, the link to the ocean. Apart from anything spiritual, Adi concluded, if you take Meher Baba as an ordinary man, he was unsurpassed in generosity and in love.
Okay, thank you. I'll pick up. In the same vein, Mani once said that Baba, as the avatar, was like the shore of an infinite ocean. How can you approach the ocean except through the shore? God taking on form is like a beach. Only from the beach can you approach the ocean and dip your hands in it. The avatar incarnating is like becoming a shore, a beach. We hear of the ocean. It is vast. But only when there is a beach can you approach the ocean. The fortunate ones will walk into the water, swim into it. There are also those who are so busy picking up pebbles, involved in their own mundane affairs, they don't even glance at the ocean. They miss the enormous, stupendous ocean as they are too engrossed in their own things. What is the need, and what is the need for a master? Mani explained, like birds that have something stuck to them. It requires someone to hold the thing down before a bird can free itself. It is the same with us. We need the God-man to hold on to our bindings so that we can free ourselves of them. We are so bound in them. Only with his help can we free ourselves of them. What does it mean to surrender to the perfect one? Surrender means to be just as a baby in a mother's arms. No matter where it goes, it trusts its mother. Whether through a graveyard or a palace, it has surrendered to the mother. This trust is surrender. So when we can reside in Baba as a baby in her mother's arms, that is surrender. Another day, Mani said, when Baba puts his hand down into the muck of illusion to draw us out of it, he has a glove on. His divinity is his glove. The muck doesn't touch him. He is not touched or affected by the filth or by the falsity. Using the same analogy, however, Erich expressed this point of view. It wasn't so much living with Baba, but staying with him day to day, not even day to day, but whim to whim. At any time, we could be thrown out. The perfect master puts on a glove before coming into illusion. The avatar goes into the fire of illusion barehanded. Many people ask questions about Baba's silence. As usual, no matter what the question, Mehera ended up talking about, invariably, Mehera ended up talking about Baba's suffering and his love. Baba has gone through so much to keep silent, she said. When Baba coughed, he turned red, but the action never, but the with the action, but never opened his mouth to make a sound. Upasani Maharaj told him, "You will have to suffer to keep silence any longer." Baba replied, "Why have I come? I have come here that what have I come here for? I have come to suffer." Baba's work always came first, so he didn't see his own health or well-being or pleasure. Every day, every minute, every second of your life to hold back this silence was not easy. What a strain it is not to make a sound. What a sacrifice not to speak, not to sing. For the good of us, he has kept silence for many years. It was not a spiritual practice for himself. He was perfect every day of his life. Can you imagine each day how Baba must have lived? Let's see. Is it Eugene's turn?
Marvin has arrived. It's Marvin's turn.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
actually been here for a while.
Okay, Marvin, you can
All right.
take over.
Okay, I'm on my phone because my computer's not working at all today. He was
Why you
very
sound
out.
so good.
That's also why I use the phone even when I can get the computer working. He was very outgoing. He loved to talk, to joke, to tease someone. We felt his silence was very difficult, and what patience he had. For many years to keep silence and yet have patience and keep smiling. That is why you young ones love Baba, because Baba's love was for each one. Very dearly, Baba loved, and Mira was crying. All the years, Baba had so much patience and suffered for us. Now it is our turn to love him, to wait and be patient. About his silence, Mani stated, Baba's silence was not just of not uttering words in not talking. That was just the outward that we saw. His real silence was in his giving. It still is. It continues. We can't see it. And if we are told, we can't imagine it. Mera, that is what I am saying, that his love was and is so beautiful. Baba has loved each one of you and loved everyone, even those who do not love him. Baba has given them a push also. His love was so beautiful, it can't be described. It cannot be fathomed. Fathomless, infinite love. Only Baba can love that way. When Baba completed his work, he had no use for his body. His body had undergone so much strain and stress, so many fasts and seclusions, much work he has done. He wore out his body for his work. Baba is so beautiful and even more beautiful in his God state. One day we will all meet him there. On another occasion, Mani observed, nothing we have is ours. It is all from him. We are at best only reflectors. We have the stories because he lived them. Baba's work on us has been to make us hollow. We are like a flute that is absolutely hollow. And now that we are old, we even have holes in it. So anything that you receive of Baba through us is his grace flowing through that flute. It's the music that you receive. We are sharing our Baba with you, but you are sharing your Baba with us. So we are receiving also. To us, every day, we are reminded of his words. Quote, I do my own work, end quote. We must never forget it is we who need Baba. It's never Baba who needs us, but Baba allows us the opportunity to be of service. That's his grace, his love. He is keeping us around for a while to tell of all that he has given. It is like a stage play. The first act is over. Act two, separation, on. His love is what makes it possible for us to love him. It's always a reflection, the light's reflection that hits back. Of our own, we can give nothing. Of our own, we give nothing. Love, service, dedication, devotion, surrender, whatever you call it, it's a reflection of his light. We simply have to see that we reflect well. We cannot direct the light, but we can be good reflectors, which is what he has said. Keep the bulb clean, keep the wire intact. See that the mice of jealousy and greed do not nibble at the wires. How long does it take for him to give you that realization? An instant, a flick of the switch. Your connection to him is all that is important. If you maintain your line, your wires to him, then when he goes to flick the switch, your connection will be there. So maintain that connection.
Okay, thank you. Then we have some pictures. Mehera. In the early 70s at the Ahmednagar Center. Is it, whose turn is it? Rosalie?
I think it's mine again, Mehera, Tina.
I'll take the Mehera.
The author once asked Mehera, what things remind you of Baba in your daily life now? I think of Baba and feel Baba with me, she replied. I take his name. I am reminded of him when I think, oh, this is Baba's order. Yes, Baba would like me to do this, or Baba wouldn't like me to do that. Such thoughts come often during the day. I think of Baba all the time because of his orders. Baba gave Mehera many orders to follow. And she continued to obey them her entire life. For example, once when the topic came up of Mehera's habit of sleeping on her back, Baba told her, when you go to bed, first lie down on your right side and then you can turn. Never lie down on your left side first or on your back. We cannot speculate on the reason Baba told Mehera this, but it did serve to remind her of Baba every day. Because of this order, Mehera commented, whenever I lie down for a nap in the afternoon or at night, I remember him. Mehera continued, at night, I go to Baba's room before I sleep. I think of him, talk to him. I kiss his photo and bow near his bed. I remember Baba intensely for nearly 30 minutes before going to bed at 11 or 11:30. Sometimes later. Goher and Mani have already retired by this time. So I am alone thinking of him. It is very quiet then. So I can think of Baba more. According to Alu, Mehera doesn't sleep before midnight. She goes into the dining room and starts from the beginning, slowly reliving her life with Baba. She goes into his room and talks to Baba. Then she says a prayer before Baba's picture that he told her to say. The last thing before going into bed, she says a prayer and bows to Baba's image, the one on the tree. Mehera is now talking. In the dining room, I sit remembering how Baba used to sit and stir his tea, how he would hold the saucer, or how he used to drink. I picture all of this. It is a type of meditation called tasavir, of bringing the beloved's form before one's eyes. I think of how Baba used to wash his face, of how he used to shave, of how he used to wear his hair. I kiss the large photograph of Baba on the wall. In this way, I'm reminded of him. After sitting in the dining room, I go to Baba's room. Then I come out, touch, and kiss every photo. Sweet. In this way, I am reminded of Baba all the time. Then after drinking a glass of water, I go to my room. I have the habit of drinking water before going to bed, as I don't drink after eating supper. Only when Khorshid is here, she gives me a glass of water at the table and I drink a mouthful. Otherwise, I never drink while eating.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rosalie, you want to pick up?
The window facing Baba's tree is kept open until 11 p.m. I bow to Baba's image on the tree, and then I recite a few lines in Gujarati, which Baba had told me to say in front of his photo. Sometimes for 5 to 8 minutes, I stand reciting these few lines. Then I touch Baba's illuminated color transparency given by Jack Small in my room and caress the model of Baba's hand. So my thoughts are on Baba from seeing his photo. When I get into bed, I have to pray a few lines Baba told me. Here also in the bed, I have Baba's photo, one he signed, and things Baba had touched. While lying down, I again bow to Baba's transparency, his tree. While lying down, I remember Baba told me to lie down first on the right side. It doesn't come naturally, but I do it every day. I must get into bed on the right side, and then I can turn over. So before falling asleep, I am thinking and praying to Baba. While waking up also, Baba said I must get up from the right side. I am mostly on my back. In the morning, early in the morning, I say Baba's name the first thing. I kiss the picture of Baba I have in the bed with me. And then I remember Baba told me to get up from the right side. So I turn over and get out from the right side of the bed. There is a space on that side of the bed also, so it makes sense. Saibar says the common superstition in India is that to get out of the bed on the left foot brings bad luck all day. I open Baba's window, bow again to his image on the tree. Then, of course, the arti is said in his room. How well Baba knew that I am not an early riser. I might take a little time to get up, and it would be time for arti. Baba knew the future. What I am getting at is that I am reminded of Baba all the time, and I am remembering him all the time. Kitty Devi visited Marazad after Baba dropped his body and stayed with the girls once more. She observed, after Baba dropped his body, Mehera gave the orders in the house, saying that she would like to have for meals, what she would like to have for meals, and when she would like to have them. Of course, we don't eat till she has. I need a scroll. Of course, we don't eat till she has taken her place. Naturally, the routine of the house is how she would like it. with prayers in the morning, prayers in the evening. Nehru is just the right person to help Mehera because she tries to be attentive. She never argues with her as to how things should be done. And she has that delicate touch and quiet way of doing things. She puts things down gently and quietly, never makes a noise. Mehera never forgets Baba, even for a moment. Even today, she remains the pure being that she is. She never really grew old. She still has the features of a very young, innocent person. Baba never wanted Mehera to keep anything back from him. She was brought up to say exactly what she felt to him. Sometimes now, she will say things unthinkingly, as if there's no room in her thoughts except for Baba. That is her nature now, and the others understand and accept this. We try not to say anything that might in any way hurt Mehera. About her daily routine, Mehera related also. One day, Baba said, "Don't brush your teeth in a hurry. Do it properly. Don't do it carelessly. Remember to brush them well. Massage the gums." Yes, Baba knew that in the morning sometimes I am in a very great hurry. He knew the future. I have to remember to take 2 more minutes to do it properly. So too, while brushing my teeth and massaging my gums, I would normally want to hurry up because I have to go to Baba's room to clean it, and there is much to be done. The flowers have to be arranged and placed near Baba's photo. Baba's plaque of hair is to be cleaned. Fresh flowers are to be offered at Baba's feet. By that time, Mani, who rises 5 or 10 minutes later than me, and the others are all waiting in the drawing room. They wait for me to call them inside Baba's room for the arti because I have to finish cleaning as well as offer the flowers, have Baba's darshan. I say a little prayer also. Then I call them inside. The arti is said, and they have darshan. Later on, Nehru and I do Baba's room in detail. Before arti, I clean certain things and offer flowers. Afterwards, Baba's bed is cleaned. Some Baba lovers were to make an album of Baba songs. They wrote and asked Mani if she had any songs for them. While doing Baba's room, I had a few words in my mind I used to say, and from that, a song, Mehera song, was written. Mani once mentioned how slow and meticulous Mehera was in doing things, such as cleaning Baba's room. Mani was usually in a hurry to leave for the office, but she had to wait for Mehera to finish. Mehera continued, "After I take darshan, I go to the dining room and kiss Baba's chair, where he always used to be seated, where he drank his tea, where he ate his food, there with us. I touch the large photo there and have a little hot water drink Goher has prepared for me with a pinch of dry powdered ginger in it. All of us have hot water in the morning." Should I do the sidebar?
Mhm.
Original title, Song to the Beloved from his Mehera, written May 1973. Meher Baba, Lord and friend, my beloved to the end. You are my heart, my life, my soul. You are my all, my only goal. All day long for you I long. Sing your name and your love song. Though my heart weeps all the while, for your sake I wear a smile. There may be more. I think there's another line, Tina. Your dear pleasure is my joy. Mine is not to question why. Okay. Then I come out of the dining room, out onto the veranda, and bow to Baba's large photo there. I look out on the garden and picture Baba coming round in the garden from far. I imagine I am running to embrace him. I am filled with such thoughts. I feel Baba is coming inside our house. I come inside and kiss Baba's Gadi in the living room where he used to sit. The plaster mold of Baba's hand is there, and I kiss this too. Baba has told me to do exercises also. One day in his bedroom, we were all in a hurry. Baba asked me, "Have you done your exercises today?" I replied, "No, I haven't done them today, Baba." "Do them now in front of me," he said. Baba was seated on the bed, and I did a few exercises standing in front of him. So I now take it that it is Baba's order for me to do exercises. Each day before breakfast, when the others are usually waiting to eat in the dining room, I do a few minutes of exercises. She learned those from Margaret Brass. After doing the exercises, I go into the dining room. While eating breakfast, I would move Baba's chair in the dining room every morning and at lunchtime also. I would dust the cushion and put it back again so that now it is ready for Baba. After dusting the cushion on Baba's chair, I ask Baba to eat with us. And I say Jai Baba to everyone. They say Jai Baba to me, and then we have our meal.
Thank
And-
you, Rosalie. Do you want me to take over?
Well, I can finish this, which is,
Okay.
yeah, and I'm on a roll. At breakfast, I must have butter. There are days, mostly in the summer, when I don't feel hungry, or if Mehera had a big dinner the night before. This is a big problem with me, but Baba has told me to eat butter. Remember to eat butter, he often told me. So I used to do it in Baba's time and still do. I see the butter on the table, not yellow butter, but homemade, white butter from cream. And I say, "Baba, I don't like to eat butter in the morning, but because you told me to eat it, I must eat it." Baba has told me to do things that I don't like to do. Baba said not to wash clothes, not to do this or that. So many things you like to do, you can't. And what you don't like to do, you must do.
Do you want me to pick up now?
That's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Mani serves the butter on my plate, and I put it on my toast and take a little jam too, and then dip my toast in my tea. Sometimes I take a little cream on a chapati. Afterwards, if there is the greasy feeling in my mouth, I chew a tiny bit of ginger to clean my mouth. One day, when Baba was seated at the dining table, He turned to me and spelled B-A-B-A. You must say Baba. I asked him, should I repeat it all day long? Should I take your name all day? Not all day, he said. So I don't know what he meant. I take it as many times as I can, mostly at certain times, such as before I eat. While I'm eating, I tell him, Baba, eat with me. I'm eating such and such. Baba, you used to like this. Come and have it with me. My mind works like this. We must think of him more and more. We see something in the world and we get involved. Then I think, Baba, be with me. About repeating Baba's name, Mani once said, everybody's relationship with Baba is very personal, very individual. If taking his name is your link, your communication with Baba, fine. We cannot say this is the right thing or that is enough. His name is something that is all the time with you, just like your heart. Your heartbeat is with you all the time. Remembering him does not need a special time or place. You could be washing the dishes. You could be cooking, washing the clothes. It doesn't matter. He is with you. He is with you all the time. It is for us to be with him. Mehera said, you must repeat his name. It is essential to repeat his name because God's name should be on your lips as much as possible. When you are doing anything, you must feel that, Baba, you are with me. Whenever you are, wherever you are, you must feel his companionship. You must make him your companion. See that when you remember Baba, he is very near you. He is there all the time, but your love should be there to remember him. It is only that you can't see him. He can see you and is happy with you. Whatever amount you love him, even that much makes him happy. Give him more, and it will give him that much more happiness. Even the love that you have now for Baba is making him feel happy. You want to love him more, and you will. The soil takes its own time to nourish the plant before it can bear fruit. I want to say something that Mehera, she said it at the last darshan. She says, remember, beloved Baba, don't forget him for a moment. He loves to be loved. Continuing her account of how she remembers Baba, Mehera said, when you dry yourself after bathing, Baba told me, don't do it carelessly, in a hurry, leaving yourself damp. So at that time also, I think of Baba. Also, while pouring water over oneself while bathing, I take Baba's name. Orthodox Brahmins have a ceremony of reciting the word Ganga, Ganges River, and then pouring water over themselves. So when I say Baba's name, the water is purer than that of the Ganges. Like this, I go on thinking, I love to eat steaming hot food. I don't like lukewarm rice or lukewarm tea. I like my tea steaming hot. Baba never said anything about drinking tea in this way, but he did tell me once, don't eat your food when it is so hot. It isn't good for the teeth to chew on such hot food. I like to put it into my mouth when it is hot, but I wait and silently say, Baba, is it cool enough yet? Baba always gave importance to our health, Mehera continued. He constantly admonished us to keep healthy and well in the afternoon. Baba has told me to take a nap, so I go to my room. Again, I must lie down on my right side first before I go to my room. I always go to Baba's room. If there is someone in his room, I go to his gadi or photo. The sidebar says, before resting, Mehera palmed her eyes for 1 minute while lying down, which she had been told was beneficial. Why did Baba admonish me to have a nap? Because at night, I sometimes don't go to bed until 12:30 or even 1 o'clock. I lose on my sleep. So more than food, I need sleep. My constitution is that way. Baba used to always tell me every evening when I was leaving his room, sleep well. I know that it is Baba's order. Even during MRTD, though we go to bed late and get up early, I lie down for a little while in the afternoons to fulfill Baba's order. I am a sleepyhead by nature. I stay up late at night, and as I said, sometimes I don't hit the pillow till 1:45, but I make up for the lost sleep in the afternoon. Baba, knowing the future, told me in 1965 to lie down in the afternoon. Before this, I sometimes rested in the afternoons and sometimes not. Sometimes I used to read a little while resting. My nap time is from 3 to 4 in the afternoon. I get up by 4:30 and have tea. The sidebar says several times a week, women visitors to Mehera were invited to have tea with Mehera at the dining room table, and there was a waiting list. Every morning, Mehera applied perfume to Baba's bed, pillow, foot pillow, and even to his pictures, though she herself could not smell it because of the nerve damage she suffered in the car accident in America. I apply perfume, but I don't know what it smells like. I can't smell flowers or omelets. I like my food hot and spicy. Only then do I feel like eating. I gave my sense of smell to Baba. Mehera sometimes sprayed the perfume and other times tilted the bottle on her fingers to apply it. One morning, 10 years after Baba dropped his body, after putting perfume all around, there was still a little left on her finger. She was wondering whether she should put some more on the bed. Standing in front of Baba's bed and looking at his photo there, Mehera asked playfully, Baba, should I put it behind my ears or on me? To her amazement, she said she saw Baba's head in the photo tilt once to the right, indicating yes. Okay, I'm through.
Okay, is Marvin still here? Let's see.
He's taking his nap.
No, he's here. He's here.
Okay, so,
As Kitty mentioned, after Baba dropped his body, the women Mandalay began a routine of saying the Master's Prayer every morning and in the evening. Wait 1 sec. Yep. During a certain period in the last phase of his work, Baba was having the prayer said in his presence in Mandalay Hall, and again when he came to be with the women. After Baba dropped his body, we continued. We say the prayers, sing Arti, and each one bows down at the pillow by his bed. When we do it together like that, Baba's presence is so much stronger, each one bringing Baba with her. We can bring so much more of Baba like that. Every day in the morning and evening, we do our prayers. After Arti at night, we used to have our supper and then go to bed by 10 o'clock or 10:30. But as Arti time became later, we had supper earlier before Arti. So Naja was free of the kitchen. Mehera goes to bed very late. She feels she wants to be with Baba after everyone has gone to sleep and it's all quiet. Because Mehera goes to bed sometimes at 1 a.m., Gohar calls her to wake up at 6 or so. Asterisk. Sidebar. Up. Mehera set the alarm, but just as it was about to go off, every morning she turned it off and dozed for another 15 minutes. Morning Arti is said by 7:30 a.m. For both morning and evening Artis, Mehera stood by the window opposite Baba's bed, where her seat was in Baba's time, and faced Baba's bed. After breakfast, Mehera dusted the pictures in Baba's room. Certain photos I cleaned myself, she said. Meru did the other dusting. When the birds' food outside is finished, I add more. I wind my clock, clean my own dressing table, and make my own bed. For Mehera, dusting each picture was like a meditation, Meru clarified, a communion with Baba. So I tried to get all my things done before she came into the room. While Mehera was in Baba's room, Meru picked flowers from the garden for the garlands she and Mehera threaded for Baba's photos. In later years, as Meru has stated, as demands on Mehera's time increased, Meru made the garlands alone. Concerning the garlands, they had to be placed just so. Meru continued. Where Baba's things were concerned, Mehera never missed a thing. Mani's mind is sharp, but if she missed a garland, Mehera would point out to straighten it. Mehera could be forgetful of other things, but where Baba's things were concerned, she would be so attentive.
I lost my place.
Me too for a second. Oh, here it is. Where Mehera continued, where Baba's, I missed the thing. Money, okay. Oh, scroll up a little more. Scroll down a little more. Okay. Mehera was so particular to tell Casey Cook, a Western resident, to stand out of the way as her shadow was falling on Baba's photo. Casey hadn't seen it as the shadow was behind her. Another painting by Jim Frisino, which used to be in the living room, must have had the slightest angle or tilt. Mehera would scold me. Why didn't you straighten it? Half an inch difference. What does it matter? I asked. She explained, see how that shadow comes straight on Baba's eye? It shouldn't be like that. I never made that mistake again. And we'll read the sidebar here. In 1980, when the murals were brought for the Meherabad Pilgrim Center, Mehera praised them, but also pointed out some corrections she wished made by Phyllis Ott, and even posed for some. Sometimes Meru helped Mehera dust the photos of Baba's room. As Mehera lifted each photo, Meru dusted behind it with a peacock feather brush, which did not damage the walls. Mehera sometimes wiped the pictures with a damp cloth. Mehera also used the brush to brush the ceiling for cobwebs. The servant mopped the floor in Baba's bedroom with a wet cloth. The small stool in Baba's room was for the kerosene lantern that was always kept burning each evening in Baba's time. Now also the lantern is lit in the evening in case the electricity goes off. Baba told Mehera to keep a kerosene lantern in her bathroom and not to go there in the dark. As once a scorpion was there. A small bulb burns outside by Baba's tree, But if the lights went off, Mehera took the bathroom kerosene lantern and placed it in her window so that light was still shining on Baba's face.
Okay, I think we'll stop there.
Okay.
Let's see. Ah, well, I apologize again for forgetting about last week. I was just working and I didn't remember.
It happened. We managed.